Hi everyone, it's Remy. Thank you so much for watching again. We are almost at 3,000 followers. I cannot believe it. Thank you so much. It feels like just yesterday that I made a video thanking you guys for 300, so this feels absolutely unreal. And I thought this would be a great opportunity for me to also ask you some things. Because it has been 2 years since I moved to Korea for my studies, but there are still some things I'm quite a bit unsure about. So if any Korean people are watching this, or any foreigners who lived in Korea longer or who just figured those things out, I would highly appreciate it if you could leave your answers in the comments down below. So let's get started right away. So for my first question, where would you go if you would want to make serious friends in Korea? Because I would say that most of my close friends here in Korea are other foreigners, which I'm so grateful for that I met them here on the other side of the world. But I wouldn't say I have a lot of close Korean friends. Most of the Koreans I know are from my classes from university, and I'm getting to know them, and that's been awesome. But outside of that, I think it is a little bit difficult to meet people and form friendships. One thing that I thought of, which I tried once or twice, was going to language exchange events, because I'm still trying to improve my Korean. So I thought if there are like some Koreans who want to improve their English, that would be a perfect starting point to then get to know each other. But maybe I didn't go to the right events, because either it was a bit more like just a party and drinking vibe, which was not exactly what I was looking for, or, and that makes sense as well, the Koreans who joined to practice English would soon leave to study abroad or work somewhere in the States. So that's also not the perfect starting point to then make long-term friendships, because they would soon leave the country. So yeah, my question would be, where would you go if you're looking for friends? If somebody has some events they can recommend where you can just get to know people in a comfortable way, that would be really awesome. Question number 2 is about moving in Korea, because I actually want to move soon and it's a little bit overwhelming. When I first came to Korea, I moved into the dormitory of my university, so that was very comfortable and not a lot of organization to do. And then I moved once out from the dorm to where I am right now. And that was actually a little bit last minute. So I got this room through an agency, because that's how it works in Korea as far as I know. We don't really have that in Germany. I mean, of course, you can also go through an agency, but most of the time you would just look for a place online and then contact the landlord directly, and then you just make the contract between the two of you. So this concept is a little bit new to me, and I'm not quite sure also where to look for the right ones, because I also heard there are some scammers out there, and obviously I do not want to have that experience. So if anybody has like any agencies they can recommend or any websites where to look for, that would be awesome. And maybe also if you have any neighborhoods you would recommend. I haven't decided yet exactly where I want to go. It has to be obviously in Seoul because my university is here, but other than that I don't really have any limitations except for my budget. I am here on a scholarship, so that's quite a limiting factor, which makes house hunting so much more fun, doesn't it? If anyone has anything that they can recommend that's maybe not in the middle of Gangnam, I guess that would be a bit too pricey, sadly. Anyways, let's move on. So my third question would be if you have any travel recommendations in Korea. I've already asked this question once or twice to other Koreans I know, but I usually get the same answers, which are Busan, Jeju-do, and Daegu. And while yeah, I want to go there, I've only went to Busan from those 3, so obviously I want to go there, but I find those places with a simple Google search. So maybe my question for you would be if there are any places that are maybe not as well known, or like secret spots that you know that are really beautiful or really nice to go to. It can be a really small town that you just say has like a really nice vibe to it. I would love to visit that. Or maybe some nature spots, can be anything like a nice beach or a waterfall or a lake. It doesn't have to be anything with water. I don't know why all 3 of that had that, but yeah, anything really is fine, because every time I look online I also get the same results. So I feel a bit difficult to find more hidden spots in Korea that aren't already known or advertised for tourists. So who better to ask than people who lived here all their lives? So yeah, I would love if there's anything you would think is worth recommending and visiting. Oh, also when you do, please write what time of the year would be best to visit, because if it's somewhere I could go maybe even in January or February this year, even better. But if you say this is not a place that's best in winter but summer, write that down as well so I can keep it for later next year. For my fourth question, if you watched my video about 5 things that I find difficult about studying Korean, you already know that I learn languages mostly through reading. And I've been struggling a little bit with finding Korean books I want to read. So that's my next question, if you have any book recommendations. My favorite genre is usually fantasy, but I think that's a little bit too advanced for me yet to properly read because of the vocabulary and everything. Outside of that, really anything is fine, I think, except for probably sci-fi, because same issue there. One of my favorite books that I've read in Korean is The Little Prince. I have that over here. This is The Little Prince book, and I love that book so much, and it's short and easy to read. And then what I'm currently reading is this book. It's kind of a slow-paced slice of life book. It's just about this woman who owns a bookstore, and then we meet like the different people who come to work or buy books in the store, and it's really nice. But what I'm looking for right now is something that will hook me a little bit more in the story, because this is a very comfortable read, but I can read a chapter and then I put it away and then I read the next chapter the next day. I don't feel like I have to read the whole book in one going, and that's kind of what I'm looking for. So if anybody has any favorite books they can recommend. I mean, it would be nice if they're originally Korean, but they don't necessarily have to be. If they're originally a different language, but there exists a Korean translation, that's fine with me as well. So yeah, something that has a nice storyline, is very interesting to read, and also maybe not too advanced in the vocabulary. That would be awesome. And then for my fifth and final question, I actually wanted to ask my subscribers, because I'm so grateful that you guys are here and that you're so supportive. If you have any questions, or if there's anything specific that you would love to see on this channel. I haven't started the channel that long ago, so I'm still very open to trying out new concepts. I do love the hiking videos, even though it is getting a little bit cold now. I also just love to sit down and have a talk with you like that. So if there's any topics you would love to chat about, let me know as well, or anything else really. I'm just really grateful that you're here, and I'm looking forward to the next videos as well. And if there's anything that I can make that you're particularly interested in, I would be very happy to give back to you in some way. So yeah, before it gets any more cringy, I'm gonna end the video here. And one last thank you for watching again today, and I'll see you again next week. Bye bye!